All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Canada Cup Season 7, Game 2 of FDL versus Shazam. Set to get underway here. FDL squeaking out a win in Game number 1, the Timbersaw Lifestealer combo, proving to be a bit too much for the Shazammers. Can they come back and take us to an ace match? Only time will tell. I'm Zyori, joined once again by GrandGrant, the most magnificent of NA Dota casters and Lurkaderp on stats. GrandGrant, my savior. What's happening, friend?
Not much. After that introduction, my fedora is very well tipped down my hand to you.
Good.
You are welcome, young man.
Well, Phoenix, first pick. Yep. Look out.
And you can tell, FDL, it seems, actually favors Doom over Phoenix. So now that Doom got the first ban, they are all about Phoenix. In the first game we saw, Doom was first picked by them, and they just ignored Phoenix completely.
Yeah, all right, well, there you have it. Vengeful Spirit now, first pick by Shazam. That's kind of an interesting change of pace. Faceless Void now, the second choice. Okay, well, I'm not sure what to make of that. Vengeful Spirit, a good block pick. Great to have against a Faceless Void. You know, swap your friends out of the chrono, drop some stuns when he's in there trying to get those time locks on your friends. So it makes sense in that sense, but is Venge really a first pick kind of hero, Grant? Is she that good?
It's a Shazam pick. Jason loves that hero more than I love Dr. Pepper. It is very high on the list for them.
Whoa.
And they like it. Having a hero that can just swap you, like, no matter what, save somebody, or maybe you're chasing them down, going for that extra kill and just swap them back. It's a good hero. I wouldn't say it's first picked by literally anyone else, but I think in Jason's hands, he really likes it, and they feel comfortable with him having it, so I think it's fine for them, and only them, no other teams.
You know what they say, Grant? C'est la vie, man. You got to do you. You got to live in the moment. If you want to play Vengeful Spirit, play Vengeful Spirit, man. Don't let the meta hold you back.
Radiant team back.
Yeah, exactly. The meta is only a perception of what reality once was. Aristotle.
Oh, well, shit. I think, therefore, I am. Nature's prophet, thinking his way onto the field.
I don't think he said that at all. Oh, I thought you meant Nature's Prophet said the quote. I was like, well, he could have. He can teleport wherever he wants. He's like an omnipotent.
I think, therefore I am. So I shall summon trees. Yep. He's the philosophizer of life. That's good. So, all right, well.
I like it, though. I like the pick. Not your quote. Your quote's terrible. The pick is great.
More AoE damage, a little control. Too bad the Sprout doesn't make you look in one direction, you know?
That'd be sick.
What happened to, like, the LC Phoenix, you know?
The what?
Duel them in front of the egg. Blind them with the light of the supernova. It's cute.
Well, you don't have to be looking at supernova for it to stun you.
No, but it's still just, it hurts more.
No, it does.
You have to make them look at their own death.
Yeah, that is painful. It's like, what was that guy who flew too close to the sun but not too
Icarus,
close to the
dude.
river? Yeah,
the wings of Icarus.
The
His
Icarus
wings melted.
dive. Oh my goodness, and Phoenix has the Icarus dive. My God, we're getting too deep into this.
Next level into the lore, dude. We've unlocked the next level of Inception.
We're mixing Dota lore, actual real life, and
made up real life story.
Yeah, but I like that. Nature's Prophet, I will always say I like, only for FDL and Drag Neo. I think for other teams it could go wishy-washy, but MJW and Snaking really do play a whole different breed of Nature's Prophet, and I always like to see them playing it.
Yeah, you're right. It's this interesting mix of, like, right-click, pseudo-carry, kind of like semi-carry damage, and utility with the mech, and then they get some magic damage mixed in. It's really good, and they tend to get aggressive early on. That phase drum build opens up a lot of options for the Prophet early on. You know, you don't have to get a blade mail anymore to be that beefcake and throw out the right click.
That was, what was that? The Phase Boots double null blade mail build? That was actually popular for some time. I didn't even hate that build. I'm like, I thought it was dumb, but I didn't hate it. I'm like, well, it's working and it shouldn't, but okay.
Well, Death Prophet now the pick for Shazam, so their team fight's starting to come together. Some exorcism with the Chronosphere on the Void. All right.
Yeah, and that makes FDL think a little more. Death Prophet's one of those heroes that does not lose middle to very many heroes. Invoker ones that can put up a challenge, and FDL already banned it out themselves, so they have to be careful. And you see Shazam banned out the Alchemist. That's another hero that just throw down Acid Spray, get a few last hits here or there, and you're going to get farmed.
Yeah. Who else is there can match up against the Death Heart? What about the PL? He does well against the Invoker. Can he match up against DP?
The who? The PL?
PL, yeah.
He does decently, but I believe actually. Oh man, now I don't. I'm gonna sound really dumb from her. I'm actually not even gonna bring up that point. I think PL does decently for Death Prophet, but obviously a Spirit Siphon is a little bit better than anything Invoker has, and the Wave is just long range new. He does a lot worse, but I mean they can definitely run it.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up the Spirit Siphon if the guy uses what is it called now? Doppelganger, Doppelwalk.
Doppelganger, yeah, the one that makes him make his little illusions, yeah.
Yeah. Does that stop Spirit Siphon because he goes off the map, right? But I've seen weird cases where Spirit Siphon just goes through stuff like that. But I think it cancels it.
That one, I think it cancels. If I had to put my money on one, I would say it cancels it. But I'm not entirely sure. That's kind of an odd mechanic. I don't see PL mid versus Death Prophet very often. Not a very common matchup. Enchantress, though, the 4th pick for Shazam. Well, they've definitely got some big damage here. A lot of synergy around the Void. Obvious what they want to do. Drop the Chronosphere, Impetus, Crypt Swarms around the outside. Pretty good lineup.
It is.
Very well-rounded. Though they do pick Enchantress into Lion. I think Lion considered one of the better supports against the Enchantress. Just to have the burst damage.
Yeah, my bad. My computer blew up, but this could be interesting. I don't think Brax is really a Enchantress offlaner. I think it's going to be a support Enchantress, and it's probably going to be an offlane Faceless Void for Brax. So I think we still have the carry hero coming up for them.
Well, look who it is.
My little angel himself. It's a man, right? We decided, yeah.
A little fairy dragon. It's androgynous. I don't believe fairy dragons have a gender. I think they procreate through magic, not good old-fashioned genital fucking.
Procreate through
Yeah, look, he's just there's literally fairy dust coming out of him every time he moves. I'm pretty sure you could harness some of that to make little baby dragons.
So if Lion casted his ult on Puck,
good.
I don't know what's going on. I think Shazam needs a carry and FDL needs a carry, and we're gonna see carries banned out on both sides.
Spectre, here we go, Grant. Get ready.
There's a good chance of Spectre on FDL here actually, but Spectre isn't really the best versus DP or Faceless Void. So I mean, Spectre's a good pick, but versus those two heroes, he is a little.
I mean, who's better though? They could go for the Medusa.
Juggernaut's not bad here.
Juggernaut, okay.
No, actually, Juggernaut's terrible here. Juggernaut's not bad on Shazam's side. Juggernaut's pretty bad for FDL.
FDL's going Dusa, dude. I'm feeling
They might. It is a Biza hero. You're right. Just because Biza does love that hero in a strange way. If they pick Biza, his Medusa,
don't let
I will say
Medusa's
cheers.
snake hair fool you, man. She was a looker back in the day.
Actually, I've read the lore about Medusa before she became Snakehead. She was a lush.
Whoa,
Morphling. Okay, we didn't even think about the morph dog.
Yeah, that's a change of pace. All right.
I like it.
Well,
I like Morphling. He can be one of those. He's fun. Whoa. It is a carry void then. Okay, and it's an offlane Nyx. This is
all right. So a
interesting.
jungling Enchantress, a greedy Enchantress on the 4.
Yep. Played by the Dago dog.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I do like Morphling here. Really good against the Enchantress. Same reason that I mentioned the Lion is. And there's some good synergy there with like a Veil of Discord. If he ends up going for that E-Blade shotgun build with Lion and Puck, a lot of magic damage to synergize with that. And that's really good to have against the Death Prophet too. I mean, the dream is you start a team fight, she uses her ult so it goes on cooldown, and then you burst her down pretty much right away before it does any damage. If you can do that, then that's your golden ticket to taking a game. Because even if she has buyback, she, of course, doesn't have that same power. And this FDL lineup is one that could definitely make those kind of plays happen. I do like this Nyx final pick, though. Mana Burn's definitely going to be irritating throughout the game. And, you know, against a hero like Phoenix, Spike Carapace is definitely going to be a valuable tool. I think Brax could do some work this game.
Yeah, the problem is, where's he going to find his levels? He can get an Iron Talon and go to the jungle, but he is still a very slow jungler. I think this Enchantress is going to have to make space, so the supports leave Nyx alone. Because Nyx he's good with farm, but he is a hero about levels, and that's why Nyx doesn't get picked as much anymore. Like, where does he find levels?
Yeah, I mean, that is a good question. It's one of the problems with Nyx is if he falls behind, he's just so not threatening, and he can't be super threatening until he gets level 6. So we'll see. I mean, we saw Brax get a surprising amount of farm in the last game on that clockwork, honestly. Like, I think we were both surprised at how many last hits he had at, like, the 5-minute mark.
No, he didn't, yeah.
If he can do even, like, half of that this game, I think there's a chance he could pick up that momentum. It's really more about once you hit 6, if he can rotate right away like he did last game and just come online, then this could be a really scary Nyx.
Yeah,
Mango, Stout Shield. God, he's got so much regen.
He does. But we're going to see the Furion, MJW, trying to do the trample, and it will work, so he'll get plenty out of his lane. Now it's up to Brax to find some in his lane.
Yep. Absolutely. So, CCNC on the puck. MSS on the Death Prophet. Classic matchup here.
This is, I mean, CCNC, if anyone loves puck, it's this man. If you see him trying to gain, and he's just gonna, he sees the orb get thrown out, and MSS calls it, and there's a lot of damage. One more right click even, yeah. That's a full duration Spirit Siphon.
That really hurts.
Yeah, it does. CCNC is he's a puck spammer in pubs. He loves playing this hero, and it's not like that hero that can carry games. You have to work well with your team, and definitely helps when you're on a team like FDL, who's known for their friendship and love and dedication.
No doubt about it. Pandago on the greedy jungling 4 Enchantress. This is going to be a hero to keep our eye on as well. This might make the lanes for Shazam a little more difficult, but if he could get a couple of kills with these early rotations, that would be huge. No smoke picked up, but he did go Windlace at level 1. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, maybe he's just expecting them not to have any wards, and of course the FDL has that ward right above the Ancients that sees anything that goes on right there. Oh, they're going to go on Stand King, though?
Yep, he's got great creep set up here as well. He's going to have a Hadouken coming around the backside, but oh wait, it's a Phoenix, and there's a Sunray, level 1. Even that level 1 healing, more than enough to turn those little skirmishes around.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a Pandago right click is equal to about 2 seconds of that Sunrise, so like you said, does damage and heals. It is the perfect spell.
If I was designing a Dota 2 spell, it would be Sunray.
Global.
That doesn't get interrupted. Uh-oh.
And it just goes into 360. Ooh, top. Pandago's just
Enchantress.
looking around, yeah.
And not going to find an opening here. And he's going to lose his Dark Troll Summoner, unfortunately. The Hadouken does connect on the Lion. Okay. That tickles.
This is buying, like we said, Brax need to find a way to get levels, and even though Pandago can always catch up with the creeps he can go to jungle, Nyx can't. So by doing this, Nyx actually finding a lot. Oh my goodness!
Whoa.
That is a full agility Morphling for you. He almost gets blown out by a stun Hadouken.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts. This is good for Brax. So he's got 9 last hits already here, Grant. I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah, this is what they need to do. They played this lane perfectly with Pandago up here. And look at, he's just looking around. And look at yeah, Biza is forced to like go into strength. He's like, oh, I can actually get blown up. Look at this.
Pandago might be able to draw first blood here. The Hadouken flies through. Biza just moves into the tree line. Now they turn on to Stand King, but Franz is here. Does he have a laser? He does, but he's not using it. Heal your friend. He doesn't heal his friend. Instead, he goes for some damage onto Pandago. Might be able to get a counter kill. One more auto attack. Biza nowhere to be found. Franz, he could go to his death. Oh, it's a 2-0 the other way. FDL.
And
not what they were hoping
TC
for.
As well.
Yeah, he gets a kill. Stand King actually TP's in, but he's too late. In mid lane, actually not going too well for CCNC. He is getting bested by this DP.
Yeah, and this is, wow, a double kill top, like a dual lane, like not even a dual lane, like a 1.5 lane versus a tri-lane, and they pick up first blood and another kill. Biza is low on regen. It's going to be tough for him to stay in the lane now. This is just well played by Shazam early, but we've seen FDL down almost every game before, and they've managed to come back, so it's definitely not over for them.
It's true. They're kind of like that old Na'Vi, you know? They get down to these rocky situations, and it seems like that's the pressure that once they get into that mode, they're just like, well, fuck it. We're going to lose anyway. We got to do something crazy. That's when they make the crazy plays that actually gets them back into these games. So I'm not losing faith yet, but this is a more than rocky start. 2K net worth deficit at 4 minutes is sizable.
It's pretty rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look at that. 23 and 10 versus 12 and 2 middle. You were right. This is This is rough. And now he has a infused raindrop on Death Prophet, so he's not dying middle.
Yeah, that's just going to be more Crypt Swarm spam. An interesting little difference here. You know, we've seen some Death Prophets go for just the Soul Siphon primary, like the 203, and MSS has actually gone for the classic 302. Well, as classic as Spirit Siphon gets, I guess. Interesting just to observe those little differences there.
But is he gonna go? There's a good chance he gets his kill.
Oh, wow. CCNC just barely lives. MJW around the backside. Spirit Siphon, he pops the Exorcism as well. MSS, he might actually live through this, and MJW will just barely hold on. 18 HP, Puck orbs in, but doesn't jaunt to it. They do force out an Exorcism, which is pretty nice, but that NP living life on the edge of like 15 HP.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is they forced him to get Exorcism at level 6.
Yeah.
But MSS somehow survives, and that would have been a big kill for them. I mean, Death Prophet's pretty high up in the net worth, so...
Fused raindrop.
No one died there. Yep.
I was thinking a fight was going to break out up top. We've got both of the supports for FDL just trying to make some space for Biza, and his farm is pretty good, 24-2, but you compare that to the Nyx, who has 24 last hits of his own. It's not going so hot. Brax, level 5, wrapping behind the tower. He's got his arcane boots now, so he can start to just kind of throw out these stuns as he feels like it. And TC in the safe lane, he goes for the 6-minute Vanguard. He's pretty much unkillable for the next couple minutes here.
Yeah, he's going to be doing good. We'll see if he ends up going for the... TC is. He's another one of the Vanguard Radiance guys. He is 100% going that build.
Yeah, he's dirty.
Dirty. He didn't even go Treads. We see a lot of the time they go Treads into Vanguard for a little more damage, but he's like, I just don't want to die ever.
Yeah, early Vanguard like this is so good, though. I saw a Bristleback this morning in the C games, and I was talking about when you can get that 6-7-minute Vanguard, it's just, what do you do against? It's such a defensive item, but it opens up so much aggressive potential because people just can't man up on you. Speaking of manning up, Brax up top just going blow for blow with this Morphling. Phoenix nearby, but they need to be careful. They're all pretty low HP here. They've got the stuns from Stan King. Now he gets off the Spike Carapace. Turn, stun. Brax caught by the Dream Coil. Almost sets it up on these low HP heroes, but the rotation gets the better of him. It's a 4-on-1. He will fall. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Shazam putting pressure on this tier 1. Looks like Lion will just suicide into the Newts.
Yeah, this is a good job. MJW is feeding away some of his treants, but it's stopping this push on the tower pretty quickly, so they're still going to get it here, but he delays a little. Yeah, if Brax could have somehow Spike Carapace Spike Carapace the Morphling's wave, I think there's a good chance he lived there, but a perfect chain of spells from FDL. Good teamwork.
Yeah, and just a cute little play from Pandago here. He took over the siege creep from the Dire side, so they've got a double siege creep now in this bottom lane push. Definitely makes the pushing a lot easier. Now TC goes in with a chrono, catches MJW, but there is a laser. Gonna keep everybody alive. TC actually gets hexed up, getting a little bit low. Time walks back. MJW, no fear, low on HP as he charges forward. Hadouken from Pandago actually gets him low, forces the TP back. Big Bad Brax now joining the party. Vendetta up, he is level 6, of course.
And they're just fine. Death Prod takes a tower middle, and they're just going to go for another tower bottom at tier 2, actually, and MJW is probably dead here.
Yeah, time walk forward. Brax moving on in. Right clicks, they got him. Oh, here we go. Pandago maybe in a bit deep. Jaunt from CCNC, and the laser just slowly ticking him down. Lion getting credit for the kill with a right click. This is not all bad for FDL. They do trade 1-for-1 there, and Biza's just free farming in their safe lane. Brax will TP back up and start to defend this tower, but this is a much-needed recovery for the Morphling. It looks like he'll just go for Lincoln's first item. He's gone for the Perseverance on brown boots, but getting some much-needed me time here.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to need a lot more, though. That's why he went to Quelling Blade. He knew he was going to have a little rough time versus... Well, I didn't think he'd have a rough time versus Nick Sasson, but he thought he wouldn't. He was right. This Brax is putting a lot of work versus him.
Yeah, it's true. You don't see the Quelling Blade on Morphling all that often. Interesting choice.
When it is going to be the first item Veil on Puck. We see this a lot from CCNC, actually. It's either Blink Veil or Veil Blink, and he likes to mix it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it varies by game. Sometimes you need those early null tallies just to give you those extra stats so you can right-click a little easier, last hit more effectively in lane. And when that's the case, it feels like it's better to just go for the Veil and get that early boost. And, you know, some games, the initiation prowess is on you. You need that early Blink Dagger to start controlling the tempos. In this game, you know, they've got a Prophet, they've got a Lion, and, you know, even the Phoenix who can initiate fights. So Puck can kind of sit back a little bit, go for the Veil, buff up the team's damage, and they can go for kills that way instead. I like it here. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Me too. It's super. I mean, it super buffs the Phoenix and the Lion, and that's what they need. Brax, meanwhile, level 7. He hasn't even gone mana burn. I'm fine with that. I think the Carapace stun is actually huge versus, and just in team fights because they have a lot of AOE. And if Brax is stunning people randomly, then that's extremely good for them. Bottom could be a big fight though.
A lot of supports on the verge of level 6 here. Lion, if he bought that Tome of Knowledge, he could have it. There's one available for the Dire. But they're not going to have a Finger of Death for this upcoming fight. TC just going in onto the Morphling. Just trying to soften him up a little bit. They will pull some pressure off the tower. Brax invisible nearby. There's the setup. Oh, man, this poor Lion just gets destroyed by Brax right on the edge of the chrono. CC pretty far forward. Will get healed up by Franz, who all by himself is getting kind of low. They will finish off the tower, but Death Prophet up top gets a tower of her own. Trading 1 for 1. This is going pretty well for Shazam. Now they go in onto the Jason. Oh, man, Morphling zips forward. CC helps make that one possible. Now Pandago, the one that's on the run. Everyone else TP's out. Puck, the one that gets left behind here. He'll just jaunt TP home, and he will make it.
Yeah, the Nyx and the Void were looking for that Phoenix for way too long, and they let Venge die because they couldn't get any follow-up kills. But wow, this MSS Death Prophet's done the most solo split pushing I've ever seen from a Death Prophet.
Yeah, really.
She's having a quiet game.
Just been off by himself. 0-0-0 in KDA. 2,500 gold. Went for the power charts. I feel like phase boots are a little more common. Very curious what he's going to spend this money on. I mean, does he just go right for a Yule's Scepter for some setup and regen? Do you like rush an Octarine? I don't know what you do when you have this kind of a setup.
I think Yule's is still. I think Yule's is just always good on him, but he could go some like no, I think Yule's is probably the play. He could go some like a weird at Lincoln's build, but it'll probably be Yule's. Now he's got me thinking. He just sold it. He has 3K.
Yeah.
He's just flying around.
I don't know. Octarine first item can be good. It gives you a lot more uptime on the ult than... Oh, wow, he picks up a Hood.
He's going to get an early pipe. They just want to push. They're looking. They're just like, let's push. Let's win this game. Game 1 was a fluke. We're going to beat him here in 20 minutes, and then what are they going to do?
Yeah,
I don't think this isn't a bad idea with the Void. If they get a good Void ult off and a level 2 Death Prophet ult, that could be curtains this early.
There's also just a ton of magic damage like we talked about. Now he has an item to kind of counteract the effect of the Veil, deal with the Finger. TC, Veil comes out, Hex from the Lion, Finger, it's a dead Void. Pretty big kill there. Killing spree down, 500 Gs going the way of Lion, so now he's about halfway to his Blink Dagger. That's a nice pickup for him.
And we talked about how good that Veil is with just the Lion and the Phoenix themselves, and that Finger did a lot of damage.
Brax lingering down bottom, finds CC. I don't know if he has the burst damage to actually find this kill, though.
He doesn't just... Oh, the Orcs... He can't really get the attack and stun. I think that's the problem here. He might go for it,
actually catches him with a silence.
He gets it.
Oh, the laser from the Phoenix. No way he's going to find that kill.
Oh, he's just... Okay, so he's going Hood into Yule's on Death Prophet. Okay. I think that's fine versus the Veil build of Puck. I think this was a reactionary build from Arif. Mojo.
All right. I could feel that. I mean, honestly, ever since this patch came out, one of the first changes that really jumped out to me was Hood is a value item now. They just straight up removed a piece to build it up, and it gives you this shield that's like a mini pipe for yourself. There are some heroes where this has to be a value item in certain games, and this is a perfect example. DP is one of those heroes that needs to have some kind of burst survival after she pops her ult, and there's just so much magic damage here. It's just going to get worse, too. Once Morphling starts to come online, if he gets anywhere near a shotgun, she's going to be happy that she's got that extra magic resistance and burst of 200 magic damage deflection. Even that combined with the infused raindrops. I mean, Mojo's in a great spot once he actually takes a team fight.
Yeah. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is he can just run in, cast ult, Yules himself when he lands, just get that hood off, and he's going to be taking a lot. If they want to focus him, they're going to spend a lot of time doing it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Another pretty quiet game, though. 9 kills in 15 minutes. Dire Courier. Oh, no, that's not a Courier. That is a Phoenix replica. I have been awake too long.
You've been duped.
I was like, God damn, that's one crazy-ass Courier. I'm trying to get me one of those. It's a blue Phoenix.
I think the worst part of that is that it actually does kind of look like the Couriers they're making now.
Yeah, it really does.
Like,
look at the Dire's Courier right now and tell me that doesn't look kind of like that Phoenix replica. It's blue and kind of
it looks like
glowy,
his little
fiery.
brother.
Yeah, he's just a bit smaller. Not looking at that Courier, I don't feel quite so bad about it now. Jesus. It's got particles coming out of every orifice.
That's my favorite. The ears, the nose. And I think Shazam's playing this perfectly. Every time the ult's up, they just push his 5 people, and FDL know they can't take it. That's the thing with the Morphling. If he doesn't have even a Lincoln's or an F-Plate, TC, he's going to get swapped.
Yeah, they find him. They've got the silence, so they have the damage to finish him off. They've got the finger, and they actually can kill him through the swap. Now Venge tries to TP home. Nice stun from Stan King. And they should be able to pick up a kill on this Vengeful Spirit. Icarus dive in from Franz. One last auto attack from the puck will secure the kill. A nice 2-for-0 for FDL. They have got to be happy with that. I think that feels good at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I think it looked like TC got swapped out. He could have just ran away. Maybe he didn't know the swap was coming, and he kind of ran back into the puck ultimate. I think it would have been fine. It's a little bit of a misplay from TC there.
Yeah. I mean, he had the chrono, so maybe thinking he could just drop it and run and they could all get out. Blink Dagger up on Brax. Always good to have on the Knicks.
It is always just blink forward, maybe Carapace, maybe stun. Just do whatever you want. It's pretty much on MSS now. MSS just has to be perfect in team fights with his items. Because we see TC just gets blown up by anything. He does not have time to ever time walk. So MSS could have to be putting in the heavy lifting here.
Yeah, definitely. And this Enchantress honestly has been kind of underwhelming this game. Pandago 1-1-2. Hasn't really done anything particularly poor. Just hasn't been able to find a lot of farm. Boots of speed, drum of endurance. Has himself a casual cloak, but nowhere near those scary Enchantress items. And Dragon Lance, not even close. And of course, Aghanim Scepter still pretty far off. So it's going to be a long while before this Enchantress really feels like a carry.
Yeah, and we've seen Enchantresses, they can get stale at one point. I was actually casting pub games, and Bobo was playing against, because everyone's over in Manila playing games, and he played an offlane Enchantress, and he had a Dragon Lance, I think, Aghanims at 20 minutes, and even by 30 minutes, he felt like he did nothing. Yeah. I think that hero's just a little bit underwhelming now with the surge of all these defensive Crimson Guard, just even casual Buckler builds.
Yeah, I would agree. The nerf to her ultimate is definitely, you feel it for sure. First core item, though, out on the Morphling. Starting to feel like FDL could have a chance in this game. They've leveled out the gold grass a little bit. And I mean, you do need more than the Lincolns before you're scary on the Morphling. But now, at least he can kind of join these fights, not get blown up right away. Looks like Bisa, pretty good Morphling player in his own right. Small sample, but 5-1's pretty good record.
Yeah, it is. And that probably doesn't even bring up his I-47 or what is those European lands he goes to from, where does Biza live? They have those lands like the I-47 multiplayer lands and stuff. He lives in Europe somewhere.
I don't know. I-47.
I think that's what it's called.
Is that some kind of knockoff Intel processor or what?
It might be. I don't know. I know that's what the land's called. I'm almost positive here, but he already has his Lincolns. After that, we saw him have a little rough start. He has Tread's Lincoln's wand at 18 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, he's 8K net worth. He's only about 500 behind MSS on the Death Prophet, who's been basically just prioritizing farm this entire game. He's been solo pushing, split farming. I said those backwards. Solo farming and split pushing.
Don't worry, I wasn't judging you. I was letting you fix your own mistakes.
That's good. Sometimes you got to let me spread my wings, man. 3,300 gold up on the Void. This is going to be a dirty Vanguard Radiance TC. Actually went for the Iron Talon, too.
Yeah, a little extra armor with that Aquila and Iron Talon.
I really like the addition of Iron Talon, man. I feel like there are so many heroes now, especially in lower tier pubs, where you can just hop on a strength hero and be like, you know what? fuck it, I'm going to jungle Iron Talon this game. And honestly, if you don't get pressured, it can work. It opens up a lot of potential for heroes that otherwise would struggle and not have a way to... Like, even somebody like Nyx Assassin. If he really gets jacked up in lane, I'll just pick up an Iron Talon, move into the jungle with your shield, and you'll farm something.
Yeah, where are they going to go? Doesn't look like they want to go for the base push quite yet.
No, not ready for it. They have all of their cooldowns available. A little surprised they didn't at least chip at the tower. Force back the Morphling, but he does have the Ghost Scepter up now. Bisa's starting to get some decent farming. He is #1 on net worth. He's really farming faster now.
Yeah, he is. The problem is, I mean, still, if you have a Death Ball, Death Prophet, and Void running at you, it's going to be pretty tough even with just that Linken's to go at him. He's going to need that Eth Blade, and he's going to have to get pickoffs on like Pandago or Jason on the backside.
Puck looking at Yule's Scepter coming out next. So CCNC getting a reset tool for himself. What is Nyx Assassin working on here? He's got himself Gloves of Haste. Is that
it's going to be a catch-up Midas, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
Not a catch-up Midas, but yeah, it's a Midas.
A Midas for Brax at 20 minutes. Interesting.
They know this. They know they probably can't push uphill like they maybe wanted to. So they're like, well, let's start building for the late game and hope for the best.
All right, well, experience pretty important on Nyx. And if he can farm up an Aghanims, that could definitely help. Here we go up top. Initiation onto TC. My God. That's a lot of burst damage. They destroy the Void. MSS comes in now, connects with a Silence. Does have an ultimate available. They'll just take out the Phoenix before he can Supernova. Bisa getting kind of aggressive here. It just jumps back to his Replicate. And they do a bit of split push. Looks like Prophet able to finish off that tier 1 tower mid. So pretty good little trade for FDL. Phoenix for Void. I think they'll be all right with that. Slows down the Radiance. Yeah, it does. No glyph, or pardon me, no recipe on the courier. Plus the tier 1, yeah.
And FDL, that seems to be almost their signature. They lose like that super early, like 5-minute laning phase, and then they take the lead. I don't know where it comes from. They just do. They get really good ganks a lot of the times. We've seen this.
They're really scrappy players. They're good at just slowly edging their way back into a game. I mean, sometimes it does come in winning a big team fight, but it seems more often than not they just get these little tiny pickoffs. You know, they'll stack Ancients just a little more effectively. These little things to edge out their opponents. And you look at that gold graph. It's just been 10 minutes of FDL slowly clawing their way back into this game, and now actually just barely taking the lead. Prophet. Wait, was that a Supernova? Oh, yes, it was. Okay, hello.
Oh, just the ult coming out from MSS. No, oh, that's... Yeah, they know that wasn't real. But they'll get a tier 2 tower mid, probably.
Yeah, this is the last outer tower for FDL. So this is when high ground starts. Laser from the tree line.
He throws all the treants back, and look, these creeps aren't pushing forward. Smart play from MJW, like we see.
Yeah, that is actually really smart. MSS getting kind of low here. They've delayed this push so well. The Exorcism only has about a quarter duration left. All the way while Lion is just split pushing bottom. Looks like Stan King's about to finish off this tier 2 tower. FDL is actually going to trade nothing for a tier 2 tower at the bottom lane and an Exorcism cooldown. That's incredible. That's a point in case right there. It's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, FDL's just
cheeky little plays.
They're playing solo, and I talked to Stan King. He talks a little bit about his draft, but he talks about like the only team they feel they can't beat right now in this scene is DC, and you can tell they play kind of scared versus them. But versus like Shazam, which I mean,
so they just don't play well against Hero teams, or
I guess, or just nice. No, because they feel good against Complexity, so.
Oh,
got it. No, but they said versus Shazam, they just play their own game and they feel good. But versus DC, they're kind of scared to play their own game. I'm like, you can't be scared, man. You got to go into every game like it's your last. But don't actually, because we don't want you to die.
Wow. That's Coach GrandGrant. Play every game like it's your last. I could see you in the locker room hyping up the team before the big game.
And then they're like, Grant, why is your shirt off? You're not even playing. And I'm like, oh yeah. I don't know.
FDL getting aggressive in the Radiant jungle. They're hungry, and they're not going to find it.
Blade up. Wow, so he's got that F blade up now.
So the hard part is over for FDL when this Morphling is kind of a liability. Now he's got some damage.
Yeah, and
Are you taking selfies over there? What was that?
No, what?
Oh, I heard a sound that sounded like a camera snap.
No. Oh god, what the hell?
I don't know. Well, you're talking
Should
about
I
taking
take
your
one?
shirt off, so I just figured selfies were the next
No, yeah.
logical progression.
Might as well. No, I was talking about. I think Gem on Lion is actually almost a bigger deal than F-Blade. Now that Brax can do nothing against this Lion, that's
Yeah.
going to be a pretty big deal. He has a blink on Lion, so if he even sees Brax getting close, he can voodoo, he can blink away, he can stun.
Yeah. I like that you call Hex voodoo, by the way. That's...
Oh yeah, I forget.
What's the deal with that? Is there
That's
a story
Super
there?
Warcraft. That's because Rasta in the actual Dota in Warcraft 3, it's called voodoo.
Oh, the
Like, it's
hex that he
literally just
had
called
when he's
voodoo,
just
yeah.
the Shadow Shaman. Yeah, okay. Well, like you mean when you're playing Orc and you pick him up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And his ult's the big bad voodoo.
Classic. Yeah, you're right. It is the Big Bad Voodoo.
That's such a cool name. Like, it sounds so simple, but that's the big bad voodoo, man.
It
Got
fits
it.
the lore. There we go. Radiance up on the Void, finally. He had the Relic at a pretty good timing, but the Radiance has been delayed. They managed to pick him off twice, actually. So pretty good. Brax has the Midas, now moving into an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah,
could
he
tell-
has to do that.
You could tell FDL are actually like ready to fight, though. They've stayed pretty grouped up since they picked up the gem, tossing it around like a hot potato. Now the Phoenix picks it up, just scouting around for stray wards in their territory.
Yep. Smart thing, and there it is. There's the Octarine on the Death Prophet. It's still literally one fight for Shazam could mean a base push for him, though. And FDL's going to have to work a little bit harder for that. Oh, that haste rune.
Oh, he just barely grabs it. Lincoln's gets broken. He just runs away. It was the stun from the Venge that popped the Lincolns.
And they might, if they knew he didn't have an illusion up, he might have stunned, broken, then swapped back. Because MSS was there, and if MSS just Yules, the haste is gone. They could have got a kill there, but I think they thought he had an illusion up.
Oh. Man, how long has it been since we saw a kill in this game? Everybody's just so comfortable farming away. Dagon
It doesn't feel
now
like
up
it's
on the
only,
puck.
yeah, only 13 kills in this game. It was a really exciting, super early game.
Yeah.
And then both teams are like, well, if we just farm a little more, we can take this game. Well,
Yeah.
obviously, that's only 50% correct.
And they've gone with the double hooded Defiance. Pandago's actually just upgraded into the full hood. And now it looks like it'll be the Dragon Lance coming out next. Maybe. Maybe that's just part of the Ags. Maybe it's a BKB. I mean, he could have the Dragon Lance now if he wanted it, so.
Yeah, and he's had that Ogre Club for a while. He actually built that, and it is going to be an Ags, it looks like.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
I'm fine with that. I just Enchantress has really shown why she's fallen off, though. Like, she's been farming most of the time now, hasn't really died, but oh no, bottom. It's just Stan King, though.
Stan King, no.
And he has the Hooded Defiance, so there's no way he's killing Pandago here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, here comes Gray, though. Gray and Dark Green. Do they have the ward? They have a ward. But, oh, they might avoid it. No, they see CC.
Oh, Pandago trying to TP out. Stan King interrupts it. Now drops the Heck. The laser flying over the tree line. They will find this kill on Pandago. Just in the nick of time as well.
The finger Dagon.
Uh-oh. Now Bisa, though, on the backside. Actually caught by Brax MSS. He's silenced, getting his soul siphoned. They don't have the damage, though. Now the bounty rune comes out.
Radiant's top tower.
This is just rough. Like, FDL has plenty of pickoff potential, and with the gem on Dire side, their pickoff potential with Brax is just pretty limited now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay. Fight brewing here. Is FDL going to be able to find the initiation they've been looking for? Looks like they're just going to group up around the Roche pit instead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still feels like kind of a risky play against an Exorcism Chrono.
Yep. I think that's why they have CC and C pushing in bottom. It'll be pretty hard for Radiant to do it.
Yeah, that's true. You show him in the lane. Maybe Shazam are a little bit less suspicious. Tempted to go for
And you're
that
fighting
gank instead.
Yeah, you're fighting a Phoenix who's isn't going to be in the pit. He's just going to Sunraze entire team, heal him, and then dive in with an ultimate, and you might be in a bad position at that point.
Yeah.
Roshan
Puck now up to a Dagon level 3. As Bisa goes for the Aegis of the Immortal.
He's got a lot of burst. I still feel like Dire feels really weak if Radiant can just find that actual 5v5 fight.
Well, this could be it. Smoke rotation now. Brax leading the charge. Level 2 Vendetta's online. Did FDL see this smoke or something? They're in such a defensive posture here.
They didn't, but they saw them all farming middle, and then magically just no heroes are showing on the map from.
All right. Back to farming we go.
Honestly, if I could watch a game of Dota where no kills happened and just farming happened, that'd be the dream.
Yeah, would that be your favorite?
No, God,
You
I'd
like
probably
just
quit. No, I'd
that
never
sound of neutral creeps dying and everybody just sitting there clicking tunnel vision on their own lane?
That's my favorite. Just click on a player, watch their farming.
I mean, that's why I play
Looks like there might be a
Venomancer every
fight.
game, because you can't bring my wards to other lanes, so I just sit there and stare them out. That sound, oh man, I love it. Gets me going.
Huh. You are a breed of your own, Zyori.
I don't actually play Venomancer. I'm not that low. God.
You just love watching Spectre and Medusa.
Yeah. Now, Spectre and Medusa. I love playing Medusa mid, man. That is so satisfying. People laugh at you, and then you just max out Snake, and at level 7, they're like, holy shit, that was like 2/3 of my HP with one Snake. How'd you do that? The thing does pure damage, dude. It's nasty.
It is. Franz? Aetherland's now in the Phoenix. I think FDL is more happy with this farming than Shazam is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Shazam doesn't know how to do it. Like, that's a good thing. This is the first time in a while we've seen a Furion actually split push and cause the other team to have to respect it. And a lot of the times they just pressure and oh,
that's the Aegis popped. Morphling takes huge damage in the mid. All right, not quite expecting that.
I was watching the Furion. I just saw the life bar at top right, like just 3 ticks and he was dead.
Yeah. It's just the Nyx initiation, Crypt Swarm follow-up. They chunked him down. Well, I guess not showing that the Morphling is still human. I guess that's good. Still killable. He's closing in on his Manta style now. I mean, if you look at the gold graph, it is basically just FDL all day. Like, they've just slowly been edging their way back, and they've got a 7,500 net worth lead now. So I think they're definitely happy with this slow tempo, at least for the next 5-10 minutes or so. Morphling just gets better from here. It's still a while before this guy's going to be capped out.
Yeah, and I mean, what's the best that can happen? Void gets super farmed, and that's not too bad, obviously, but if you're getting kited by like an Eth Blade or a Puck, it's going to be tough, and they have the Lion. There's just so much stuff FDL has that Shazam doesn't right now.
Yeah, it's actually insane that we're 32 minutes in, and right now MSS is 0-0-1. I mean, that's just DP is so notorious for being that hero where you have to make every ultimate count, generally one where you want to use the ultimate kind of as much as possible when it makes sense to either take kills or objectives. And
yeah,
this has just been the complete opposite. It's just been farm, 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 get our core items up, and speak of the devil, BKB now completed for the Void. So you're right. It doesn't really change the state of the game from FDL's perspective. Like, yeah, now TC is harder to kill, but he still isn't really a scary carry. And as long as they can dodge that perfect chrono setup, that's how they're going to win these team fights.
Yeah, they just sit back, split push. There's not much Shazam can do unless they want to commit to a base push, and you might lose a base push to this Furion right now and the Morphling. Those two alone probably do more damage than all of Shazam combined.
Yeah, Morphling, or pardon me, the Prophet. Does he have a full Mjolnir now? Yep, sure does. Courier bringing over that Hyperstone. So yeah, he's at the point now where he can keep these lanes pushed out with that Axe upgraded ultimate, and his right clicks hurt. He's hitting hard and he's hitting fast now with all this attack speed, so he can clear out lanes pretty darn fast.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think Shazam's kind of backed into a corner right now. They're nervous.
Yep, TC turns off the Radiance, trying to sneak back, sensing there could be some enemies afoot. FTL nearby in the jungle. But Shazam just split up. They're not going to find an opening. No easy pickoff. I feel like I'm watching Chinese Dota right now, Grant.
Yep, and it's satisfying to watch Biza farm so efficiently, except he just manted and got stuck in trees.
Well, that sucks.
I mean, he can wave out anytime he wants, but he's like, whoops.
Yeah, that's a bit of a snoozer. This is giving me like hardcore flashbacks to being awake, solo casting or remote casting with Blaze at like 2:30 in the morning for like tier 3 WCA qualifiers.
Ah, my favorite.
Yeah, those were the days, dude.
Team Ariel Leviathan Gaming versus Team Jim Jones. It's the matchup we've all wanted to see. And there's a gank coming from behind though.
Yeah.
They're getting sandwiched though almost.
Who's actually going to catch who? It's MSS that gets Blink Hex initiated on it. Oh, they've got the burst damage. Lion kills the Death Prophet. They also get the Courier. It's a great start for FDL, but now the Chrono comes out. Prophet as well as Bisa get caught. BKB gets used by TC. Bisa lives through it. He just jumps forward, destroys the Nyx, takes out Pandago. The Supernova does go off, doesn't find any stuns, but it's a 1 for 3. And finally, FDL find a fight that goes their way and show off some of the power of that Morphling.
Yeah, that was insane. The fact they literally caught out the only person they needed to in the Death Prophet, and they blew him up.
Yeah. It was kind of an odd fight the way it started. It was a sandwich, but it wasn't really clear which team benefited from that odd initiation angle, and then it became clear once they destroyed the Death Prophet, and just how quickly they killed her. I mean, again, to go back to that Veil's level 2 finger, I mean, the burst damage is nuts.
That's insane, yeah. And they just, I mean, TC wasn't there quick enough. Who's going to be there quick enough from an F play?
Whoa.
Well, see ya.
All right. Good night, Venge. I mean, you were right, though. Look how fast they siege. Those 3 heroes that were killed, none of them had buyback. Of course, TC still doesn't have his ult. FDL don't want to press their luck. They know Exorcism's available. Do some decent damage to the tier 3, and with that, well, they just head for high ground. They go back to their side.
Fine with that. Oh.
Uh-oh. Manner pause
There's
from MJW.
trouble in Riverdale. Well, MJW disconnected.
Yeah, I know. Looks like we've had some
Oh,
reborn.
you got me. Okay, I thought you were
Gotcha,
memeing hard.
go.
Oh, and Bees' name is Memes. Nice.
That's good.
What's your favorite meme? Is it Dat Boy?
My favorite meme. Ooh.
Dat Boy.
Wait, which one? Which one's Dat Boy?
The frog, and he's just, what up?
Oh, the frog, yeah. No, the baby always makes me laugh. I like the Stoner Steve one. That guy that's just making that face, you know, like, oh, those always crack me up. That guy, man. I knew that guy in high school. He was such an asshole.
God dang you, Stoner Steve. Oh, MJW gone again. They want us to talk about memes.
The memes. Oh, God. You know, I keep trying to tell my friends about how much fun Puerto Rico is. Then I start to explain the rules and how awesome corn is. And within about 2 seconds, they're just like, yeah, fuck you. Fuck board games. Why would anyone want to spend that much amount of time learning how to play a board game? Just like, I don't know, because
corn.
It's corn.
Oh, boy. And this could be rough if MJW... I mean, it's not his internet, which is good. So it doesn't mean it's that. They're just saying it's his Dota crashing. Yeah. Which could be a lot worse.
Potentially, yeah. His game files could be corrupted. His packets could be lost. I mean, there's so many things that could go awry. I mean, this. Let's see. Maybe we could hop into an instant replay here. We have the power. That's pretty good during these pauses. Let's take a look at this sandwich play here. We're gonna move into the Soylent instant replay. Ayo, here we go. So right into it, we're following Bisa to start off this fight. MSS is all by his lonesome. His team is nearby, but they're just so spread out. Shazam has a good delta split, but that's not really what they needed here. MSS blinks. As he opens his eyes again, he's dead. They kill NJW. It's a pretty easy pickoff for TC, but that's his 10-second BKB charge. Then you see Bisa just cruise in, clean up the kills, and it's a pretty convincing fight for FDL. I think one thing this fight pretty clearly communicates is how important the Death Prophet is to the damage of Shazam. I mean...
Yeah, Death Prophet's dead, they have no damage.
Yeah, it's like she is their team fight. Even with the Chrono, it's like, great, you landed a Chrono, but the Enchantress is so underwhelming in damage right now. She went for this defensive build that pretty much everyone except maybe the Lion is just going to survive through those little spears coming their way.
Yep, and I mean, we haven't seen, like we said, I mean, we haven't seen MSS actually in a fight. That was the first fight he's been in, and I would not say he was in it.
Yeah. Now, why does Death Prophet have such long fingers? Is there anything in the lore about that? Is there any reason why she has to have fingers that are like the size of her torso?
I think just witches are known for long fingers, right?
Really? I thought they were known for gross noses, warts on the face, being rather haggard.
Those are... Oh, sorry, if we have a couple hours after this, I will explain to you witches from past, witches from future, and witches from which witch. I love that sandwich shop.
Okay, good.
Do you have a witch?
No, we don't have witch. I've seen that movie with Bette Midler, though. What's it called where she rides the vacuum?
Sister?
No, the classic movie Hocus Pocus. Oh, that's it, with the cat Biggs. Oh, God, I love that cat.
Are you talking about Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Nope, close. You're almost there. Almost.
Yeah. And
Well,
I think FDL's doing this perfectly. They know they can probably take a fight, but they don't need to. Like, they're suffocating Shazam so hard. Look at, they're all 5 in their base. And meanwhile, FDL's farming mid, top jungle, and bottom jungle. They're farming 5 different places.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it on the graphs again. I'm a sucker for a good graph. You know, everybody loves data. 12K net worth lead, and it's not just the team fights. I mean, you see the leads start to accelerate, but they're just working the map more effectively. Now we're going to see Shazam go cruising on out. Brax has the Aghanim Scepter, so he can start playing Lurker if he wants. Channel his Brood War days.
Yeah, and I mean, he had to go for the X. Sometimes you want to go something else, but with the gem picked up, like he's never be able to gank with that. So he just needs to burrow underground, and high ground siege. Ned does a decent job of stopping that.
Yeah, well, now here's the big advantage to FDL having all this map control. The big boy is up, and they're going to move right into the pit. Gets scouted out by the Nature's Prophet. Let's take a look at Radiant Vision here, and they are blind. They throw a ward down on the high plateau right above the Satyrs, and this is the only ward they have down right now. They drop a scan, of course, does not reveal anything. Oh, wait, no, that's a Dire scan. Either way, does not reveal anything. Dire with great ward coverage here, just 2 smack dab in the middle of the jungle, so they'll see a rotation coming their way unless they're smoked up. And they're even going to show the puck in the lane a little bit here to make Shazam think twice. And it'll end up being an uncontested Roche. Aegis of the Immortal goes the way of one Morphling. CC&C, he needs to be careful here. Oh, who is that needs to be careful? Yeah, he jumps right in onto Jason. Just about finishes him off. Now the Wind Ray comes across. TC drops the Chrono. It catches only the puck. Supernova on the outside. Puck survives through it. And again, they just can't choreograph this team fight. MSS has his ult. Oh, God. All the while, Morphling's just split pushing. Now MSS pops his ult. And FDL, they just disengage. They're going to catch the Phoenix, but you always hope for more than that with a DP ult. Just a single pickoff. Even Stan King looks like he's going to be able to make it away here. Morphling completely crippled the mid lane of Barracks. They're down now. So it's a pretty even trade in the team fight, but it was all just a distraction.
Yeah, it really was. Morph just takes out a full tower pretty much, and Rax, and then top lane, MJW split pushes. FDL just, you can tell they're playing with a chip on their shoulder now and just in their play style.
Mm-hmm. It just keeps getting worse for Shazam. So what is the win condition for Shazam at this point? Are they getting into like YOLO smoke territory here where they need to start risking the biscuit?
I think this is why FDL's not pushing into base, because Shazam with the Naix, Aghanims, and then you have a Chrono and then a Mojo Stormstout ult, there's a good chance you just get 5-0'd by that, and you don't want to group up for that, so they're going with the split push, so their win condition is hope FDL wants to 5-man you, and then you get all 5 of them in a Chrono.
Oh, down bottom. Nice stun from the Lion. Sets up on 2. Finger onto TC. He pops the BKB. And Puck not only jukes the Void, but also the cameraman. Okay, CC&C now swapped back. Lion dies to Brax. And FDL going to take some pretty heavy damage here. A Chronosphere to finish off the Puck. Okay, that's a dominating streak ended.
And the gem.
Meanwhile, in the base, though, Bisa going blow for blow with MSS. Who's going to win this battle? It's Morphling on Death Prophet. And it looks like it's going to be a wash. Both sides just start to retreat. Morphling gets about half damage done on the tower. Still pretty decent split pushing from FDL. That one did hurt. We'll see a little kink in the gold graph as they did end 2 streaks there.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, Scotty up on Morphling. My God.
Yeah, he's And he has 3K. He can farm while that Aegis is there, and then buy something else. I assume Butterfly.
Yeah.
It could be a Satanic. I think it's Satanic or Butterfly 100%. I don't know which one.
I think the Butterfly. I mean, who's going to get an MKB here? Satanic
Exactly.
does give you a little more utility to heal up against the Exorcism, though. Yeah, it is kind of a toss-up. 2 minutes left on the Aegis.
They're fine. Look at even now, Shazam's just trying to farm. They're still not even finding that much more of the map than FDL, and Puck's down.
Yeah. They do manage to get some wards down. Like you said, the gem traded hands. Oh, no, it didn't. Stan King still got it. Did
Yeah,
he
they
buy
must
a
have
new
had
one?
2 gems. Yeah, because Puck lost a gem for sure, and Nyx or Venge picked it up. Yeah, Nyx has it. Nyx has Stan King's gem.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now Enchantress gets the Aghanims. So she's finally starting to come online with some damage here. Also getting close to level 16. Has a Tome of Knowledge back at home. She's going to read up, get a little smarter. Impetus. It's getting there.
Could you sing the Reading Rainbow theme song by heart?
No, I couldn't. I did not watch Reading Rainbow as a kid. You know how I know about LeVar Burton's fucking Star Trek, dude? Next Generation. That's my LeVar Burton legacy.
Oh, this could be the fight, though. If this is the best fight Shazam could hope to take with all them clumped up.
Here we go. They're smoked up. This is the opening. Boyd, this is you. This is you, TC. Look at the split. Oh, my. The counter initiation from Stan King. It's going to cost him his life. Maybe not as good as they had hoped. NJW comes hopping on in. BKB, TC trying to find the opening with the ult. They kill the Venge, but Nature's Prophet goes down. Supernova goes off, and now they're going to start to focus on the bird. Impetus doing big damage. And no TP out. Franz dies. It's a 1-on-3. They don't even use the chrono. That was a really strange fight. Good for Shazam. Very awkwardly engaged.
And that's exactly what I said. They need to hope FDL groups up, and I'm actually really surprised FDL did group up after they showed how good their split push was, and they lose the fight because of it.
I think they wanted to make use of this Aegis because it is just about to expire, but the way they took the fight, they needed to kind of put the Morphling in the front. You know, they needed to dangle that carrot in front of the Void, try to force out a chrono. Instead, they got initiated on, then just ran away, and now the Aegis is just going to expire.
Yeah, the weird thing is they didn't even have to really use that Aegis. You know, they're farming so well, they're split pushing decently. They could just farm, let it expire, whatever. They know they got the late game. Just go back and get another Aegis after that.
Yeah. All right, things stalled out here. A 1 lane of barracks advantage for FDL, and now it's Shazam that's regained some momentum. Though a couple of key items come out here. Scythe of Vice on the Prophet, so he gets a little more crowd control. And the Morphling goes for a BKB, so not going to be either item of the items you suggested there, Grant. He's going to opt for Magic Immunity.
Indubitably. I'm not really sure why. I guess just to not get locked down by that Nyx. That's about
Yeah, it doesn't seem like an obvious BKB game. DP ult goes through it. Faceless Void ult goes through it.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe just for split pushing, he can waveform BKB TP away, so even at 5 seconds it's useful. But if they actually want to fight, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's interesting. I think they just don't want to get locked down by the Nyx. It is a big problem.
Wow, BKB just for the Nyx Assassin. Yeah, I guess the Venge stun is also annoying. Also, the Silence. He has a Manta, though, so the Silence actually isn't a huge deal. Not an obvious BKB game, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe FDL just wait out next Roche before they get too crazy. Void. Oh, what's that? A Diffusal Blade, maybe? That's a Blade of Alacrity picked up there. Okay.
Well, I think it has to be since he already has a Manta.
Mm-hmm. Get a little mana burn going.
It feels like every time I say FDL, they're scared to close it out now, and it might come back to bite him in the butt, but I think you're right. They just farm, wait for Roche.
CC&C, he is going deep in enemy territory. What are you doing, you crazy fairy dragon? He's going to jaunt back to the aura, but Brax is nearby. He sidesteps the stun. Now he'll Yules, blink up in 4. Is he going to live through this madness? Is this just space creation? He's going to jaunt towards the base. He finally gets stunned by the Venge. Phase shift up in 1. Wow, he
Got
actually
him.
forces out a Chrono. I mean, they got him,
take him.
but
Barely. And I mean, FDL wasn't really pushing. Look at Teal and Orange already defending top, so
yeah, they did a little chip damage on the tower. I mean, the Morphling started moving up that way. That was some serious space creation from the
Radiant's
puck.
top tower is under attack.
yeah, it was kind of. I mean, if they killed the tower, it might have paid off, but they don't. They don't even bait out Mojo's ult. He's ready to still use it.
Well, it's a long Roche respawn. It's almost the max timer now. And they could have gotten lucky if it was a fast respawn, if it was that far away from the mean, but just the other way. They actually could have moved into the Roche pit before the Chronosphere was off cooldown, which could have made for an interesting little timing window there. But
Yeah,
no
but
such luck.
no luck for FDL. Friendship, dedication, and love. Sorry. Looks like evilness will meet you out today.
Oh, Beast up top, taking some damage here. MSS deploys the ult for this kill. That's how much they value shutting down the Morphling. Mega kill streak ended.
That's 1.2 thousand.
Woohoo! It's a 2K net worth swing just for a kill on the Morphling. That was his first death of the game, though. And he's number 1 on net worth.
Because they have the Octarine on Death Prophet. Only 80 seconds till it's back up now, so they'll be back up for next Roche. And they're looking for more. Oh,
Yeah.
Stan King barely gets away.
Lurker status there for Brax. Morphling does have a buyback. Obviously doesn't want to use it here. Probably won't use it for the tier 2.
Is under attack.
And luckily for them, he will be back up in time Roche respawn. So now this long respawn timer actually could be in their favor. We'll see what Shazam do if they keep trying to push this, if they move towards the high ground. No Mojo ult for about 50 seconds. And there is some split push going on up top. Nature's Prophet just shoving some creeps into the tier 3. Pandago is back. He's picked up a Maelstrom, so he can clear out creeps pretty effectively. But FDL with the right idea to keep putting pressure on the enemy base. And Shazam will be repelled. Uh-oh, Brax, TP gets interrupted. But they've got a counter hex go right in onto Stan King.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Prophet, though, does manage to get a tier 3 tower. Does he survive this? MJW can't
Wow.
TP out in time. Chantress actually gets the kill.
And that's 800 gold for just that again. So they take the tier 3, but they're giving up so much gold and stuff to Shazam for these.
Yeah. FDL at that point now where they're just one good fight away from pretty much closing this game out. If they can catch this Shazam in an awkward position, maybe one of their cores without a buyback, they can do some crippling damage, but it's proving pretty difficult. Shazam's team fight is just coming in too strong. Now Roche is up. Well, he's coming up in a couple seconds.
Oh, and look at Brax has complete vision of them. They don't have a gem anymore.
Oh, no. Chrono on 2. CCNC outside of it. He's going to try to do what he can, but you can tell he doesn't know how to save his team here. Bisa, if he falls back to back, this is going to hurt so much. The puck just gets destroyed. He does manage to go back to the replicate. Bisa will live, but they've got 3 heroes dead. Only 1 with a buyback. Puck, the big one, down. No way to get back into the game. And they have an exorcism here. Shazam might have just barely whittled their way into this.
Dire structures are fortified.
Glyph straight away, no outer towers. This is going to be a rocky hold for FDL. This game just got leveled out, Grant.
Barracks are under
Yeah, dude, Brax on this Nyx is actually, I see why he got the BKB, because he's shutting him down even with that BKB and Lincoln's. Brax actually just played this late game so perfectly.
Dire's middle
Yeah, dude, this Morphling hasn't even been able to use the BKB yet. It's still at the 10-second charge. This is the first time he's going to use it now. They'll finally take this fight. TC taking big damage. Will be able to time
Wow,
walk
he's-
back.
gets
He'll
all
live.
back.
Stan King goes down next. Now MJW uses the BKB of his own, trying to throw in what right clicks he can, but it's just not enough. Look how fast he dies. Oh my God! Aghanim
Ags. Oh, they're
Scepter
both
Phoenix
dead,
jumps inside, and good night. This
Oh,
looks
it's a
like the
deny,
end
though.
of FDL here. Yeah, it's a deny, but oof. Buyback now on the Morphling as well as the Prophet. This is it, Grant. What a sad game for FDL. 50 minutes. They had a pretty decent lead. It looked like it was their game to take, and in the end, MSS came through with the ults, 8-1 and 4.
MSS is just, he played amazingly in game 1 that they lost, and this game is no different. He is definitely a star player. Well, they're holding him back. Only 2 racks is down. I mean, that's not the worst for a Morphling and stuff.
Yep, they might be able to get a kill on MSS here. They'll interrupt him. Big damage coming out. Now the counter Yules. Pandago on the backside, throwing in the right clicks with the morph to strength. Now the Finger of Death. It's a godlike streak ended. The Death Prophet's down. Of course she has a buyback. There's only so much FDL we're going to be able to get out of this. Brax, well, goes into the Burrow form. CCNC is like, what the hell do I do here?
And he's just chilling. Oh, Brax.
Yeah, there we go. They maybe can do it now. They have the damage.
Slowly but surely.
Jesus. Okay. Nyx Assassin down. And he's actually down for 100 seconds. He did buy back.
Yeah.
That's technically a dieback for him. You're right.
But they got 2 racks.
This
it's
game's
not
over.
Yeah,
FDL still have a
Shazam
chance
with the
here.
lead. Yeah, Shazam definitely took the lead from that.
Yeah, let me look at the graphs. Oh, yeah, they sure did. Well, again, with the Knicks down for over a minute, I mean, if FDL, I don't know if they're, I doubt they'll go all in here. I mean, they kind of can't because Shazam are just going to split push and mega creep them, but it looks like that's basically their idea. Just go down the mid. They know the Knicks doesn't have a buyback. He just used it. That's actually huge. I didn't notice that he bought back. I thought he just respawned. So they're going to try to take this 4v5 opportunity. Just go straight for the win here. This is actually really tense, Grant. They break backdoor protection.
And look at this. Tier 4 is just going down.
Now Pandago, or pardon me, now the Death Prophet is going to be coming up. Will have an ultimate when she's up in about 5 seconds. There is a Chronosphere. It's a great spread from FDL. They'll get 1 tier 4 tower. They'll get the second. They'll still have a pretty big window while the Nyx is down. Void jumps in. He gets destroyed. He falls. Buyback from the Void, though. He's got it. Now MSS uses the ult. FDL need to reset things a little bit. CCNC gets hexed. There's the Phoenix Egg to reset, but now how do they keep it alive? They've killed the Enchantress. Chronosphere comes down, and it's 2 dead. They've got buybacks. It's a deny on Puck. BKB and MJW just taking too much damage from Pandago. And Bisa getting obliterated on the back end. FDL about to get full wiped. Oh, boy. That might be the end of this game, and it sure is. They call it GG.
And that ending, it like Pandago, he felt pretty, didn't do much early game, but once MJW, I think he solo killed MJW like 3 times in those team fights, which the impetus through the BKB, and like everyone on Shazam just had a role, and they played it perfectly, and FDL just kind of crumbled.
Yeah. A noble effort from FDL at the end to go all in there. But this will take us to an ace match, Game 3 across these 2 teams. This is lower bracket, fighting for survival here in Canada Cup Season 7. This is a big match coming up next. I'm Zyori, he's Grant. Thank you for joining us for this late-night coverage of Canada Cup Season 7. Our final match of the night coming up after this break.